Hi everybody, so my name is Danny Wells and I'm a Regional Vice President, almost National Vice President with R1 International, and today I'm going to go through my training that I did at the first ever International UK Leaders Area Retreat, the first of many, may I add. And everyone kept saying to me, now I wanted to know more in depth about what you were talking about, but because of the time schedule we were on, I kind of skimmed through a lot of things I'd have loved to have gone into so much more detail about. So this is where I'm going to go into detail about all of the 12 points that I had to make. So the first thing is, I want to ask you this question. I want to know, have you ran out of your warm market? Friends and family, we've all run out. We'll get to a point where we run out. Do you have amazing people in your team, in your region to be, or even region if you're in a region, your region, that are stuck, okay, because all of their friends and family have been spoken to? And who wants to learn how to personally achieve and be able to teach your independent business owners how to never ever run out of people, to make new friendships with, that can lead to appointments, that can lead to sharing your business or products into their life? Yay! Okay, so that's what I'm going to go through with you today. So I'm going to go through the 12 characteristics that you can learn to be more of as you're growing into the regional vice president that you are absolutely deserve to be, using and utilizing the internet to the maximum, okay? So the first thing I want to do before I go into my slideshow is a little bit of maths, okay? Just for a couple of minutes, just a little bit of maths. Now, I actually had a handout sheet that everybody had, but because we're using technology, I'm going to do this on my whiteboard. Everyone loves my whiteboard. So the first thing that I want you to do with your pen and paper is to write down the answer to this question, okay? This is about you. You don't have to share this with anybody else. My personal shop and network of independently ran shops in total a month currently turns over. So this is you, this is your shop, your business, so this is just you. How much does your shop currently turn over? And then add all of the other independently ran businesses or online shops in your entire network. So let's say that my personal shop turns over 5,000 QBs a month. Somebody's here turns over 2,000. Somebody's here turns over, say, 500. Somebody here is 10,000. And you can add that all up. So let's say for me, my first number is, let's say, 100,000 QBs. So that could be my answer. Everybody's answer is different. But let's say my entire organization turns over 100,000 QBs a month on average, or what it was last month. You can even just compare this to last month. If your averages just keep going up and up, just compare it to last month. So that means $100,000 of products were bought from my personal shop and all the shops in my fleet, in my organization, in my network, okay? $100,000 of products has been purchased throughout our whole team's independently ran online shops, right? So that's your first number. So the next thing I want to ask you is, how many people this month, okay, would you like to be helping earn a paycheck every month that gives them £150 a month? So this is something that I asked at the training. So I said that in the middle of each month, the most favourite part of the month for me is the middle of each month when I get phone calls from people in my team that are running their own online shop, their own online business, that ring me up and say this. So this is my independent consultants only that are, let's say, working 2-3 hours a week-ish. They are quite happy just being independent consultants, using the products and making ad hoc recommendations. So they're not really building a business. It's more of a bit of a cashback. You know, they're recommending products here, there. They're not really taking it that seriously, but they're earning £150 a month. So phone calls like this. Hi, Danny. Oh my gosh, I've been sent a paycheck for £150. So that obviously means that the products that I've bought for myself and my family are essentially free this month, just for a couple of recommendations that I've done. Absolutely so pleased. It's just so lovely just to have this paycheck. I know it's not a massive amount of money, but it means my products are free and it's a little bit extra so that we can go bowling as a family, or we can go cinema as a family. I just say thank you so much for telling me about this business. I'm very, very grateful. Lovely, love it. So we're all looking to help people that want to be independent consultants. They just want to earn earn, say, about £150 a month in exchange for them working, let's say, 2 hours a week-ish. Obviously, this is just roughly, so this would vary. And that is for them probably about 1,500 QEs that they're turning over that month. And they're probably looking at sponsoring 2 PCs or consultants, okay? Roughly, okay? So they're earning £150 a month. These are our consultants. If they're only working about 2 hours a week, we're only investing about half an hour into them, just bringing them up, seeing how they are, telling them about product events, telling them about the events, but they probably don't go to the events. They're not building this as a business. They just want to use these products, and they just want to earn a paycheck back that makes their products free, and they're just helping other people, maybe 2 clients a month or preferred clients, shop for their products, okay? They're probably just in their warm market, just ad hoc, as and when. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. We've got to respect people for that. So how many people this month do you want to help do this? And each month, ask yourself this. So how many people do you want to help do this? Or even if the month's coming to the end, ask yourself for your goals for next month. Next month, how many people do I want to achieve this, right? So I want you to think about that number, and that is your choice. You can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever you want to write down. Now, I'm just going to give you an example of what I want you to do next. So I'm going to say that my number is 2, but that does not mean that your number doesn't have to be much higher. That is absolutely your choice. I'm just going to make this really simple for my maths. When you've wrote your number down, I want you to times that by 1,500 QVs, because what we're going to do is we're going to add up in total all of the QVs based on you helping other people. So if I'm helping 2 people a month, I'm looking to help 2 people a month generate this income. So 2 times 1,500 QVs is a total of 3,000 QVs. Now I want you to circle that number and write it down on your notes. So because I'm going to wipe this board, I'm going to write that down on my notes here. So my first number, my ICs, 3,000 QVs. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And that isn't a bit too, a bit out there, a bit crazy. Right, my second question is, just write that number down that you've done. My second question is, how many people a month, or let's say next month, if that's what your goals are building up to, do you want to receive a phone call from that's saying this? Hi, Danny. Oh my gosh, I've just received my district manager paycheck through the post. It's £500. Obviously, I know I hit my district manager bonus, and I just want to say thank you so much, because I'm building my Arbonne business 10 hours a week and putting in a couple of evenings a week around my full-time job and around the children, around my busy schedule. It's amazing to have £500 a month. And do you know what that means for us as a family? That the car, when it goes in for its MOT, we aren't financially stressed about how we're going to afford to pay for it. When the washing machine breaks, we aren't financially stressed about how we're going to replace it. So I know £500 a month for a lot of people isn't a lot of money, but for us, it's took that pressure off worrying about things going wrong, which always happens. So building this business part-time around what I already do, bringing in £500 a month, has just enabled me to not worry about the things that go wrong that are inevitable, because it's covered there with my part-time side business online, my online shop that you've helped me do. Thank you for everything that you've done that has enabled me to learn the skills to do my district manager bonus every month. Thank you so much. How many people? So these are your district managers that are probably working 10 hours a week. Again, roughly, absolute roughly. And they're earning £500 a month, and that's because they're doing their district manager bonus, which is 5,000 QBs plus 5 new PCs or ICs that are doing their minimum 150 QV start order. And you're probably investing probably 2 to 3 hours a week, maybe probably 1.5 hours to 2 hours invested into district managers to help them to learn the skills, to coach them, to support them, and to mentor them. So how many people next month do you want to sponsor and help to start building up to becoming a district manager that earns £500 a month? Okay, they might not want to put any more hours into their business. They just want to be a district manager. They just want to work 10 hours a week around their full-time job, around their parenting, around whatever it is. They do not want to grow a team. They don't want to go any higher. They just want to be a district manager. They might sponsor a couple of people, but they're not in it for the big, massive team. They're not in it for that at all. Just keep it really small. That's perfectly okay. So write your number down. So again, I'm just going to put 2. And again, that's no reflection on whatever your number is. So if you put 2 down, well, whatever number you put down, I want you to times that by 5,000, because that's how many QVs. So the 2 people that I'm looking next month to sponsor from district managers, 2 of them times by 5,000 is 10,000 in total. So that's the number you circled, 10,000, okay? So I want you to write that down on your notepad next to the other number, so 10,000. So the independent consultants that I'm looking to help was 3,000 total, and the district managers I'm looking to help is 10,000. Right, so the next question, the last question, is how many people do you want to hear this from every month? Hi, Danny. Just a really quick one. I just want to say thank you for saying yes to this business and for telling someone that told me about this business and for helping teach me how to do my area manager bonus. Because of you, I've just earned a paycheck for £1,500 a month again. And do you know that that means now, because I'm earning that every single month doing my area manager bonus, that me and my family are able to retire my husband, or he's able to work less, or I'm able to reduce my hours at work, or because I'm pregnant and I'm not looking at going back to work after I've had the baby, I'm able to with this income, or I'm able to go on holiday and book a holiday that I choose to go on my family and not having to collect tokens on the newspaper, which is perfectly okay, but it's actually nice to have the choice and not have to do that because there's no other option. Thank you so much. We're able to buy a better car. Thank you so much. I'm able to get my hair done and my nails done and buy clothes without having to worry. Thank you so much, because I'm able to help charities that I otherwise wouldn't have had the time or the income to be able to help. So how many area managers do you want to look at building into your business as of next month? Or there might even be people in your business that are consultants or districts wanting to go area. So how many people do you want to be investing time into to build, to be a bonus and area manager? They might be putting 20 to 25 hours a week into their business, and you might be investing 5 or 6 hours a week into helping them. They're earning £1,500 a month, obviously could be more, and that's their district manager bonus, area manager bonus, I'm so sorry, which is $20,000 a month, or 20,000 QBs, plus 10 new PCs or ICs or MIPs that are doing their minimum start order. So you're helping them, you're coaching them, you're putting a lot more time into your area managers. So make sure they want to be area managers before you start putting lots of time into them, because they're the people you're going to put the most time into, apart from your regions, and then your nations as the go nation. So how many people? So again, I'm going to put 2 down. I'm going to times your number by 20,000. So 2 times 20,000 is 40,000 for me. That's my number that I'm writing down. So I'm going to put 40,000 on my notepad. That's the area managers I'm going to invest time into. 40,000. Now you could do this again for regional vice presidents, but I'm just going to stop there, just because the purpose of this training is to help you build to becoming a region. So I'm just going to leave the region off for now, but you can always come back and add that yourself if you want to. So on my notepad, I'm investing about 20 hours a week of my time into helping 2 people become independent consultants and earn £150 each a month. I'm investing more of my time into helping 2 district managers earn £500 a month, and helping 2 area managers earn £1,500 a month. So these are the QBs that are a byproduct of me helping them earn that paycheck. So the total of those, I would like you to add those up. 40. So that's 53,000 QBs for me. I've got written down. Now, region maintenance, to be a regional vice president, your business needs to move $40,000 of products. This is 53, okay? And that's just helping 2 consultants earn £150 a month, 2 district managers do their DM bonus and earn £500 a month, and 2 area managers do their area bonus and earn £1,500 a month. Again, all these figures will be effort-based and they're averages, they're just rough, okay? So what I want to emphasize here is when you're building towards region, it's absolutely not about you. These numbers, these $53,000 or QBs of products moving through your businesses from helping other people earn the paychecks that they want to earn, is not even including your personal business. So you'd add in your personal business into that. So I want to emphasize that this is not about you. When you become a region team, it is about what you are doing to help these people achieve what they want to achieve, okay? So you need to know what they want to achieve so that you can help match what they're doing with your efforts, okay? You can invest into them accordingly. So I hope that that's been really helpful looking at the numbers. So I'm going to go into my slideshow now. I'm going to talk about how to actually do this. So I'll just open this up. Oh, there's the title. So the objective of this next half an hour training is to enhance on the 12 characteristics of a vice president using the internet into your journey from moving $10,000 a month of products to $40,000 a month of products or upwards, or QVs, between your personal shop online and the independently ran but helped by you shops online across the globe. So we're going to go through the 12 objectives. So if you've got your pen and paper, I'd love you to write down the 12 different, characteristics. I'd love you to write down the 12 different characteristics as we go through. Write down a couple of key points and then the action at the end that you're going to do to learn that characteristic that we're talking about. So the first characteristic of a vice president is that they open the opportunity to everyone who seeks to better themselves. So the idea is to become a district manager making machine that teaches your team the skills to do the same. So if everyone's aim was a minimum of $2,500 of turnover a month, or dollars or QBs are obviously about the same, from their own personal online shop only, divide that turnover by 31 days a month, and that leaves you with $80 a day of business turnover. So that's £50 in sterling, which is basically one product a day that's purchased by one happy product user, which is nothing. So think of Amazon, online shops that you purchase from. It's absolutely nothing. So that isn't even district manager bonus, which is what most independent business owners do anyway. So we have to get it out of our heads that 2,500 QVs is a lot. It's absolutely not. You name me any business online or even that's on the high street that is in a profit system, that is in business, that recommends or has purchased or has bought from them in their shop one product a day that's £50. Show me one business that's in profit that does that. Just not possible. And the same goes for $10,000 a month. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. 10,000 QVs a month or $10,000 a month of products being purchased from your personal shop and your network of other independently run shops is not a lot. And the same goes for 40,000, which is region. Stop thinking that 40,000 is a lot. It's not. It's not a lot. I promise you, it is not in the grand scheme of running a business or running a shop. If you're listening to this and you run another business, you will know that having $40,000 a month turnover is not a lot. And not while we're on it, neither is Nation, which is $160,000 a month. It is not a lot. Not when you're working out that everybody's independently their own boss. They're running their own shop. They're running their own online shop, their own business. And when you're helping them achieve their goals, like we've just broken it down to, in total, collectively, that is not a lot, especially not for an online shop as well. However, so this is where I see most people stop. They get stuck and hung up on maintaining a measly 2,500 QVs, so one product a day. What can we do about this? So it's simple. We expand our network and we realise that no one can ever become an area manager with just friends and family. So I've never met an area manager ever who was an area with $10,000 of turnover a month solely with friends and family, so otherwise known as their warm market. So we have to accept, to build past district manager status, we have to be willing to learn the skill of cold market networking. Cold market networking can be achieved anywhere. But for this training, I'm focusing on how to do it using the internet, and more specifically Facebook, just because that's where my strength is at. That's what I've spent most of my time doing and learning about. So for me, I make friends, or network if you like, by adding myself into groups on Facebook that I have common connections with. So I make friends as Danny Wells, not as an R1 independent consultant. And I go into groups, like I say, that I have common interests with. So for me, pole fitness, miracle morning, gluten intolerances, Cypress brides, mums, women entrepreneurs, crafty mums, etc., etc. Do not add yourself into any Facebook groups where you do not have a common connection. So don't go into a vegetarian group if you've got no desire to look at being vegetarian. Don't go into a yoga group if you have zero desire to learn or be inspired by yoga, or to give back some, you might be a yoga instructor and want to give back or something like that. So you have to have integrity, you really do. So only join groups that you do have a common interest with. And then I comment on threads. So people will write threads and then you just comment on them and just start to network. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that we are in Women Entrepreneurs group, and let's say my friend Emma writes a thread. Not my friend, somebody I don't know called Emma writes a status or a comment on this group and says, anybody living in the Midlands, I run my own business as a women entrepreneur, I'd love to connect. It could be anything, and I would comment on it and say, oh my gosh, I live in the Midlands, whereabouts do you live? And then she'd say, and I'd say, oh, I live here, have you got any children? She'd go, yeah, I've got 2. And I go, oh, I've got 2. And you'd connect, you've made a connection. So I'd add her as a friend and send her a friend request, and then private message Emma and say, I've sent you a friend request, is that okay? And most times they're going to say, yeah, that's absolutely fine. They're connecting with you as friends. People are open to making friends usually. You'll obviously always find the odd one that's not, but most people are quite open to making friends. I cannot emphasize enough, you're not doing this as an R1 consultant, you're making friends and networking. You're a network marketing professional. So the same as if you went to the gym and you were on the running machine and the person next to you is on their running machine, you wouldn't then turn around to them and say, I am an independent consultant with R1 International and I've got a great opportunity that's going to give you more time freedom and financial freedom. Would you like to know more? Like, they'd be on the running machine like crazy. You know, you could say something like, oh my gosh, I like your water bottle. Where'd you get that from? Oh, really? Oh, you know, I'm looking for a water bottle. You know, you're making a connection. You're making friends. So this is how you do it online. You comment on threads that come up that you have a genuine interest with. You know, keep that conversation going. Add them as a friend. And then I'm going to go through what to do next in just a moment. So my action here for this first point is for you to join some Facebook groups with common interests to you. I want you to find people with untapped potential by being you, not an R1 consultant. And then I would love you to understand that the skill of cold market networking means falling flat on your face and failing forward over and over until you've grasped it. You're just going to have to accept. It's not going to come naturally. It's something to learn. Right, number 2. The second characteristic of a vice president. They empower others to paint a vision of success and reach their full potential. Okay, so that's connecting and networking with people online, and you're adding them as friends, and now we just want to get to know them. So 3 messages, what they do for work, have they got any children, how long they've been vegetarian for, how their breastfeeding journey has been so far, what animals or pets they have, etc. You'll get to know who you gel with, and the chit-chat will flow ongoing. And as it does, just begin to veer the conversation into asking what they want. So what holidays do they want to go on? What's their bucket list? Where would they volunteer if they could, if they had the time? What car would they want? What home would they live in, etc. Get to know who they are and what they want. So ask questions in friendly, light conversations, and over time, your friendship will grow. So some of your friends that you're making and connecting with will lead into them asking you, gosh, Danny, what do you do for a job? You always look like you're having so much fun. So on my phone, I have on the notes a template that I use, and I adapt it per person. So this is a screenshot of what I use, and absolutely feel free to copy it, use it, adapt it, make your own. Just keep it simple, short and light. So this is what I say. Morning. Oh, it's a vegan and toxic ingredients free company that I work with, who refuse to pay for any advertisements, as they believe products, food, drink, etc. is better if recommended by real people rather than a celebrity not being truthful on an advert. We all know they don't use the things they claim we should buy, lol. So they just pay normal people to use their product and spread the word on what we like. We have to be honest, if there's things that we don't like, we can't be misleading. It's like having a company pay you to have your car sign written so you advertise them while driving around. We basically use all of these products and advertise them by using them and sharing what we think. Does this make sense? I can send over some more information if it sounds like something you think would be interesting to know more about. The key things here, it's short, it's sweet, it makes sense. And at the end, you're saying, if it sounds like something you think would be interesting to know more about. That is the key here. You're not saying, do you want to do it? Do you want to watch a video so you can decide if it's for you? you're not putting any pressure on them asking to find out more because it's interesting. So that is the key to the ending of however you use this, adapt it, or whatever you write. So they always say yes. Of course they do. They want to know. They're interested. So then I have a second template in my phone, so in the notes in my phone. And again, I adapt it per person. So feel free again to use it, copy it, adapt it, make it your own. So I put, hi, lovely. Okay, here are the videos of myself explaining how I found the business I work with and how it works. Just watch the first couple of minutes of video 1. And if it sounds like something of interest to you, then watch the first couple of minutes of video 2, where I explain how it works. Oh, don't worry about the third one for now. That's just in-depth and exact figure earnings and what exactly I was earning at the 4 levels, etc. But it's in-depth, so no need to worry about that until you know it's something you definitely want to know more about. Now, a couple of things I want to go through here. These are videos of myself. I have a high success rate of this message and these videos. And then I've seen people in my team use them and not have the same success. I thought, oh, that's strange. They're watching the same videos. And I realised it was because when people are talking to me online, they're watching a video of me. And when people in my team are talking to somebody online, they're talking to them. And then they're watching a video of somebody they've never heard of and never met, and know nothing about. So I massively urge you to use your own videos, because if somebody is talking to you, you're a stranger online. If at least if they see you on a video, you become more real. They know they're talking to somebody real. They've seen you on a video. So I do urge you to use your own. I'll just tell you what these videos are. Number 1 is an 8-minute video of my story. And all I've done is ask them to watch the first 2 minutes. I've not told them to watch the whole 8, because if you tell somebody to watch 8 minutes of something, 8 minutes is a big chunk of time to work out where you're going to put that into your day. Whereas 2 minutes, they'll probably watch it there and then. 2 minutes is easy just to slip in. And what you'll find is when they've watched the first 2 minutes, if it's good, if what they're watching is good, and if what they're watching intrigues them, they'll watch all of it. Okay, but don't put the pressure on. It's like giving somebody a book and saying, oh, read this whole book. It's never going to happen. It's going to sit on a shelf and just collect dust. If you say just read the first chapter, they'll probably do it that night, and then they'll read the first chapter and think, gosh, this is amazing, and end up reading the whole book. It's just how you word it. The second video is me talking about how direct sales, the marketing model, works, and how network marketing, the marketing model, works. 15 minutes, but again, I've said just watch the first 2 minutes. And the third one is a Discover Arbonne by myself. It's 30 minutes long. And I've told them not to worry about watching that, because obviously Discover Arbonnes are quite long. But what you'll find is they'll end up probably watching all 3 of them and get back to you within 24 hours and say, I've watched all 3. It sounds absolutely amazing. Right, where am I? Oh, okay, gone off on a tangent. Okay, so remember that your new friends will be watching your Facebook wall like it's your shop front. So be mindful of what you're posting. Inspire people by leading the life that they would love to have. Be careful not to appear overworked. If you're going for a promotion, yes, you'll temporarily be manic non-stop for that period of time, but your viewers on Facebook, on social media, won't know that it's temporary, and they'll see you constantly out, tired, complaining it's hard, and will not be attracted to that at all for them. But you know, we only promote 4 times, so in the grand scheme of it, 4 times is nothing. So if you're cramming those 4 promotions into 1 year, it is going to be intense, but in the long term, you know, it's not going to be like that. It's just for those quals and completions where you literally like, oh my gosh, my life is crazy. I also don't want you to appear that it's too easy, because 1, you'll attract lazy people after making right now quick money over building a long-term, solid, sustainable business, and 2, it's misleading and false. So we do work hard at this business, and fair enough, it's fun, it's part-time, it's incredibly rewarding, but you still work hard at what you do. So finding your, balancing your business into your life. So this is a skill that everyone has to learn, and no one starts Arbonne with the perfect know-how balance. You have to learn, and I suggest a whiteboard, a permanent marker for the days of the week, and then a permanent marker across to do your morning sessions, your lunch sessions, your afternoon sessions, and your evening sessions. And then use, so that's permanent on your whiteboard. And then use a whiteboard pen that can wipe off to fill in the gaps every week with where your main job goes. So you can colour coordinate it, put your main job in, whatever sessions, your family hours, where they go, where your time building your Arbonne business is going to go, and where your spare time goes. And your spare time, you need to put in because that's where you're going to do your last minute one-to-ones, or your last minute events, or your last minute family times, or where you just want to just chill out. But make sure that it's in there so that you can see visually where your spare time is around everything else. So my action here is to order and read these 2 books, The Sales Bible by Jeffrey H. Gitomer, to help build your product users, clients, and PCs. I cannot begin to tell you how amazing the Sales Bible book is. It's just helped me so much with making friends online, networking, and helping build them into clients and PCs in my business. And second of all, John C. Maxwell, Good Leaders Ask Great Questions. Again, networking online, making friends. I have seen a huge increase in the people that I've made friends with and met online that have developed into being business builders and joining my team and building their own independent business. And this book has a lot to answer for that. Right, number 3, a vice president celebrates strengths. So being a vice president means celebrating not only victories, but attempts, actions. Every time someone takes action or steps out of their comfort zone. If someone trains, celebrate it. If someone sponsors a client or PC, celebrate it. People are drawn to energy, so posting successes will be appealing to your onlookers, and the person you are applauding's onlookers. So good energy drowns out the onlookers who believe network marketing is nothing more than an industry of people trampling over others to get to the top. By celebrating people's achievements, it adds to the helping the face of network marketing, and it builds belief in the person you are congratulating, self-esteem. So photos with text on seem to attract the most likes and comments, and a common app that's easy to use is WordSwag and PicCollage. And then for short combinations of photos and videos, I highly recommend iMovie. All very easy to use, and they really, really attract other people to having a look at what's going on, what you're doing. So my action here is to download WordSwag, PicCollage, or iMovie, or some alternative, something that you're happy with, and create an image or a short video thanking someone for their training or inspiration, and post it publicly. Make sure that everybody that's watching you and your business see that you celebrate people, and then the person that you're celebrating, so let's say their name's Jen, everybody in Jen's network can see that she's doing a great job with her online invisible business, and that she's celebrated for what she's doing. Right, number 4. So I think it's only right that I talk about the best team, as they are speed dial on my phone. Number 4 is a vice president, leads by example. So do you know who the best team are? And do you know what BEST stands for? So BEST stands for Business Ethics Standards Team, and they are a group of 5 girls, wonderful women in Irvine, California, that help keep us compliant. They are there as part of our company to protect us from any mistakes. So what other business has that? A department paid and trained specifically to help us all running our independent online shop and coach our team's own independent online shops correctly. So, wow. So I just want to go through just a couple of big things. So you, as an independent consultant, can't use logos that represent the home office like these top ones here. So these represent the home office. We cannot use these at all. But we can use ones found on the source. So these ones at the bottom can be used on the source. So they're absolutely fine to use. And you can find more on the source that you want to use. I just want to also say a couple more things about the BEST as we're skimming over this. If you share a photo or a post by anyone, you are deemed endorsing the share to be correct. So by sharing it, you agree that it is a 100% fact. And if it turns out the original post is misled, you will also be pulled up for sharing misleading or incorrect information. And I also want to touch on this. Please don't be misleading. So making claims such as join my team and earn £2,000 overnight, or it's such an easy business, I don't have to do anything to make this work. That's a big BEST no. And also, again, it just attracts the wrong sort of people into your business. You don't want to attract that in. You also can't come across as you are corporate because it causes confusion. So if your name embodies Arbonne, it must be Danny Wells, independent Arbonne consultant. You can't just be on Facebook and call yourself an Arbonne rep or Arbonne, or you can't in any way come across as though you're corporate or head office. Okay. So next, I'd love you to show your team of independent business owners how to use the source like their life depends on it. Make sure that you also check it daily as well. So you go into the website, into my resources, and then down to the source just there. So by showing your new consultants the source to go to first for answers, they get creative. They get the most creative ideas from there. They get the news and it duplicates. And what is the number one important thing in network marketing? Duplication. Always. There's nothing else more important. Duplication. And here are also some examples on the source of cover photos that have been approved for people to use to promote your shop, your online shop, if you've got another platform like Facebook platform. I'd also love for you to encourage your independent business owners to have downloaded the source app on their phone. And this is ideal for one-to-ones and workshops. Yeah, because if they've got somebody asking them a question at their one-to-one or their workshop, it looks professional that they go into the phone, they've got an app that answers the question for them. And if the person that they're talking to is vaguely interested in having their own part-time online business, they can see that they don't have to know everything because there is an app that they can go to. Okay, so my action here is download the source app on your phone if you haven't already, and join the best page on Facebook for daily advice, tips, and ways to spend your network on being compliant. Right, number 5, a VP believes in the positive intentions of others. So using the internet means that you are exposed to every move that you make, as are your team. And you will see things on the internet that are not okay by a business owner in your network or region to be or region. And you'll have to step up as the RVP that you are to address it. So as when doing any coaching to someone that requires you to communicate dissatisfaction, criticism should be greeted with what's wrong and not at who's wrong. So you have to be tactful, otherwise your criticism will be destructive. Learn to be able to tell someone when something is wrong without bruising any egos. So I suggest never giving any criticism without praise. No matter what you are criticizing, you must find something good to say both before and after. So always strive to end on a friendly note. It is inexcusable to criticize someone in the presence of others, in person or online. It's demoralizing. It's not only self-defeating to criticize someone in front of others, it's also cruel, and it will leave bitter resentment, and everyone present will be embarrassed and insecure. An atmosphere will be created and everyone will feel threatened. So as a vice president, you will have this come up time and time again, so expect it on your journey. And I have 2 approaches for you to help you address this in a kind way. So approach number 1, speak to the person directly before and after praise or compliment. You know, if they're just trying and they're just doing action and they're trying their best, tell them that. Say to them, you know, it's absolutely amazing that you know, you're trying, you're doing something. However, and then address whatever it is. Number 2, so what works better for me is train on it. Okay, so do a training on the very topic so that it's addressed to everyone. That way, you've raised the issue, taught the correct way, and no one feels that it's aimed at just them. So my action here is to learn how to sandwich criticism between 2 layers of praise. And secondly, if you have an ongoing issue within your network or region to be, address it with a training on the very subject. Right, number 6, a vice president teaches abundance through grace, humility, and love. So create a culture of sharing. Have an abundant mindset, share with other business owners, even if they are a side team. As a vice president, you need to have an account for YouTube, Vimeo, and SoundCloud, and know how to load things to these platforms to be able to share and help others. So I just want to go through how you load things to these platforms. So this is YouTube. So you have to log into YouTube. So my photo is there, so you can see that I'm logged in. So you need to create an account and log into YouTube. And then you're going to click this button here that says upload. And then it's going to come up with this page. And you're going to click on this arrow here. And as you click on this arrow, so you're selecting the files to upload, click on the arrow. It's going to come up with a box of all of the different things on your desktop. And you're going to just have to find what it is that you want to load. So for me, if I want to load this Zoom, I look for the date of the Zoom. So if this is the Zoom that I want to load that I did today, then I find the Zoom, I click on it and I click open, and that will start loading. and then you just need to give it a title. So there'll be a space for you to give it a title, and then you just click publish. And when it's YouTube, you can decide if you want that link that you're loading to be public, which means anyone can see and anyone can find it, or it can be private, which means that you're the only person that can watch that video. No matter who else you send the link to, they cannot watch it because it's only set to you watching it. Or the third option is to make it unlisted. Now, unlisted on YouTube means that nobody can find that video, but you can give the link to other people and they are able to access and watch it, but they just won't be able to, if they didn't have the link, they wouldn't just be able to find it. So those are the 3 different security or privacy settings, if you like, on YouTube. So Vimeo is very much the same. So you click upload. I've got an upload button here. Obviously, again, just log in. And it's going to come up with an arrow here. So you click on this arrow and exactly the same again. It's going to come up with a box that you just need to find the link, same as the YouTube one, to load. Now, Vimeo is slightly different to YouTube in that you can put a password on this if you want to. So you can choose the setting so that as it loads and it's finished loading, you can ask for it to have a password on, and then as you send it to other people to watch, they have to put the password in. So you can't do that with YouTube, but you can with Vimeo. Because I was asked, well, why would I use YouTube and Vimeo? What's the difference? Well, the difference is I use YouTube for everything. I'm very open. I'm very happy to share absolutely everything. And for me, my personal choice is that if there was something that I didn't want anybody else to see, I would wonder why. Why do I not want other people to see that? You know, I would sooner have everything that I do out in the open, because if I was doing something incorrectly, the best team will advise me on that. Whereas if it was private, I wouldn't know that I was not doing something correctly. So for me, I'm quite open and honest, but that's not for everybody, and that's fine. So sometimes I'm asked when I have a guest speaker on my call for the call recording to not be public. So that's when I'd use Vimeo, so that I can make the security settings on it so that nobody can access that without a password. So that's why I'd use Vimeo sometimes over YouTube, but not very often. And finally, SoundCloud. SoundCloud is fantastic. It's audio only, so you can't load any videos of people to this. It's just audio. And again, you just click upload and then choose the file to upload, find it and load it, and then just send that link out to people that want to listen to just the audio of that. Right, so my action here is to make a video recording of yourself and your top highlight or takeaway. I put on here from this weekend, but obviously this is just a recording now, and load it to a platform to share with other people. And if you haven't already, make an account for YouTube, Vimeo and SoundCloud. Right, number 7, a vice president supports the Arbonne culture and products with knowledge and passion. So we as almost vice presidents know that the more we read, the more we know. Well, the same applies for giving and receiving. So imagine giving to Arbonne is like giving water to a glass. The more you give in those glasses of water, the more you'll receive back. And you can only take as much water back as you put in. So if you hardly put any in, you'll receive very little back. So ways to fill your glass or cup full to the brim every day. Follow other people who are where you want to be and know what you want to know. So on SoundCloud, click follow, and when they take the time to add to their glass, sharing their time to give to others openly on things that they know, then please do take the time to listen and watch it, and then thank them and share it with others who would benefit. So this is my SoundCloud, and these are just some of the many people that I follow who are where I want to be and know what I want to know. When they take time out of their life voluntarily to record something of value that's going to enhance my knowledge and my life, I take the time to watch it, listen to it, share it with other people, and thank them for it, okay? So YouTube, exactly the same. Subscribe to people. When you get a notification that they've shared something, they've taken time out of their precious time, so watch it, like it, comment and share it, and thank them. So you just subscribe to them. So it's just, again, just some examples of the people that I follow. Vimeo, exactly the same. So this is just a screenshot of who I follow at the minute, and it continues to grow. So support the Arbonne culture and share with others the knowledge and the passion. Take time as a VP to congratulate others. Keep adding water into your Arbonne glass. You'll only ever be able to receive back the same amount that you have put in. So my action here is to congratulate a side a side team member for something that they've done to inspire you on their social media wall. Stick it on their social media wall. It'll help their onlookers that are watching them, and it'll add to your own giving gratitude to others. So let's just give you an example. Let's say Jennifer Cowie's done something absolutely amazing, which, let's face it, she always does. She's an absolute rock star. I'm going to stick on her wall a massive little photo, not a photo, a picture that I found on Google that says something like, she believed she could, so she did, or whatever it is. And write something like, say, you are absolutely amazing. Because of your talk or whatever it is that she did, she does lots of things that are great. You inspired me. I'm so grateful to you. And just say it because you mean it. They're going to just be so happy you've taken time to do that. And also, by doing that, all the people watching Jen's wall are going to look at her and think, God, she is so loved in whatever she does on the side. She is loved. Right, number 8. A vice president unites the field and the home office into one purpose-driven family. So this is a simple one. As a new RVP, and even now as you grow into that, you must lead by example and show support to our head and home office, which means never complaining about their choices. So no vice president will mock head office. They won't point out their errors. They won't whinge about the flash buy, the products, the price change, the catalogues having prices in or not, events, dates, choices. Okay? They just won't. Head office are what and who enable us to have our individual businesses. So we must have their backs as much as they have ours. So go one step more as an almost VP and congratulate or thank them. Credit where credit's due. So here I made a very short 2-minute video instead of writing an email of thanks, simply pointing out from a field leader's point of view how helpful the home office are, in particular the best team. I was just so grateful for them. I did not expect what happened next to happen. I sent it in just to say, do you know what I mean? They're absolutely fabulous from a field leader's point of view. I'm so grateful, and said all the things that I would have said in an email, but I just did it in a video. And then Ashley Good, the one and only Ashley Good, watched it like wow, and then shared it on her Facebook page and tagged me in it. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect that. So then I sent a thank you back, and then there was a thank you back, and it went back and forth. But gosh, you know, that's absolutely amazing. So my action here is to think of someone at head or home office that you want to thank, and then make them a video or a card or an email to express your gratitude. It will make their day, and it will add to your gratitude glass of water. Right, number 9, a VP exhibits professionalism with thoughtfulness, character, and integrity. So having professionalism means so many things, but here are some ideas to help you be in charge of your multi-million-pound global array of independently run businesses like a pro. So first of all, grand launches, grand openings, online launches, online virtual launches, or virtual grand openings, pre-launches, online pre-launches, grand pre-launches, whatever you want to call it. It's hugely professional for your new independently run business in your fleet of businesses or shops. It's professional. It's just hugely professional to have some sort of launch. So an online pre-launch is basically an online DA where the owner of the shop, so your new consultant, invites the same people that they would invite to the launch of their new dog walking business or nursery or garden centre, etc. You do the short DA to explain what the business is and how they, as friends and family, can advertise this newly opened shop to others to make shopping easy, or to those who also want to look into having their own Arbonne shop. Right, a top tip to avoid being frazzled. We all need this. To avoid being forgetful, overwhelmed, I would recommend this. Make a saved links private page. So Facebook won't allow just one person to make a group, so you have to add one other person in. So for me, I added my husband Ian, and I turned the notifications off for him, so he was never affected by notifications. So basically, it was really a private group only for me. I screenshot tasks that I need to address later on, such as dates, trainings that I need to listen to, things that I need to be at, etc. Every evening I go through my saved links page and I respond to the task, and then I delete the post on my saved links group so that I know what I've done and what is left to do or to listen to or to watch. A professional learns how to keep cool and doesn't flap, and this helps hugely. So as you can see here, just some little examples of messages that I need to get back to, my child's sports day, some videos that I still haven't watched. Right, okay, I also want to give you this tip. Look at what a virtual PA can help you with. So admin, welcome to the team emails, messaging your PCs, updating your team, making events on your team page, reminder updates, replying to messages on your behalf, easing the pressure. If you only work 3, 4 or 5 hours a day, don't spend half of it on admin. Pay someone else to, while you use your skillful time to make a larger sum of money an hour. I just want to touch on team Facebook group pages as well. So if you have something that's working for you and your team, keep doing it. For me, I had to make some tweaks, and it's been amazing for our team and our personal business. So we have 2 team pages for our region, and we're open to side teams as well. And they're not my pages. I don't see them as my pages, they're ours. So I did decide to remove my name to make it our team and not the Danny Wells page for our team. On some advice that I heard at GTC, I thought, let's give it a try and see what happened. I've seen really, really great effects from that. So the first page that we have as a team is called Hello Future. All family, friends and consultants welcome. So that's really clear then, isn't it? So anyone that's taken a look at this is where we welcome them into the group. We put recognition in here, we put product loves and all the fun, happy business product things. It's really, really fun. That's everybody's to have their clients in there if they want to, people that are taking a look, their friends, their family. It's not annoying, it's not heavy on business, it's just light and fun and a lovely community of celebration. Okay, so the second page that we have is the Do More, Be More, Have More Consultants Only page. That's what it's called. So that's pretty clear, consultants only. So this is where the boring things go. So updates, business talk, what not to do, tips, things that people have done that have worked for them, things that you prefer kept to a business builders. So I also would say don't have everyone set up a team page immediately because it's just too much. What I would do ongoing now, because a lot of people in my team do have team pages, and that's fine. I'm not for a second saying close them down. I'm not saying that. But ongoing, what I would try and implement is try and keep it to your region. So if you're close to becoming a regional vice president, or somebody in your team is close to becoming a regional vice president, maybe encourage them to set up their own team region page. And then they can then start duplicating that. But you don't want everybody with their own individual pages because it takes the energy away. You want majority of people in one place because it adds energy and it's not too overwhelming them. So I would ongoing encourage people to use the team pages that I have set up until they're close to becoming a region of their own, and then their team's big enough to then go into their region page and then look at coming out of mine. Again, keeping the majority of the energy together. That's just my advice now. I did start a team page when I was just a consultant, but looking back, that's my advice. So my action here is for you to make a saved links, private or secret group on Facebook, or you can, when you see things on Facebook that you want to watch, just tap on them and click save for later, and you absolutely can do that. But I just found for me the saved links Facebook page was easier for me to screenshot all kinds of different things like WhatsApp conversations, messages, emails about my child at school. It was easier for me to have one place for me to address all of those tasks and go through it. I also want you to think about how a virtual PA could take some admin work off your hands so that you can do more income producing activity. Right, number 10, coming to the end now, last stretch. A vice president shows kindness, sincerity and gratitude each and every day. So I want you to be a team player. Behind anyone successful is a tribe of other successful people. So we are a team. Everyone in Arbonne has a different superhero strength, and together we can share and teach others, and it makes us all stronger. If you're on a group and someone asks for help, like what sun cream to buy, if another Arbonne business owner has commented before you, don't undercut them by posting your identical shop or sneakily private messaging them. We are better than that in Arbonne. Instead, comment, oh, I use Arbonne too and I love it. Definitely speak to so-and-so above about buying some. So always have other Arbonne consultants' backs. And with that, same for other network marketing companies. We are one industry. Don't mock or be mean about another company. Show kindness and sincerity. And also on this, I just want to add all those friends that you're making. So I try and make 5 new friends a day online. I try and add 5 new friends a day, so who I've connected with. I spend half an hour every day just making connections on groups and networking and making friends and adding 5 new friends a day. You want to show kindness and sincerity to them. Don't pounce on them. Grow that friendship. And know that some of those friends that you do make, it is going to be a pipeline process of growing those friendships. And some people are going to ask you what you do in the first few days. Some people are going to ask you in the first few weeks. Some people are going to ask you in the next 3 months. Some people are going to ask you in the next 6 months and the next few years. Some people won't ask you at all. And that's okay. But make that pipeline and continue to grow those networks and grow those friends. Okay, so 5 of them. So my action here is to write down 5 online friends that you have that are not Arbonne clients or consultants and you haven't shared the Arbonne story with. Scroll through their social media and find a common connection to make a conversation with them. Strike up conversation that may lead to an appointment next week to share what you do with them. So 11, a vice president engages in a lifelong journey of personal growth and development. So as a vice president, you will never be done. You'll always be growing, and that includes committing to reading, trainings, conferences, DAs, etc. But it also means being available to help your team of independent business owners too. So I highly suggest downloading Zoom, a free app for online conference calls like Skype. It can hold 25 people and each call lasts 40 minutes. And as a vice president, you will likely have to upgrade to the Pro, which has no time limit and it can hold up to 100 people at a cost per month. So with Zoom, again, if what you're currently doing is working, keep to it. But if it isn't, this is what works incredibly well for our network. So choose 1 evening a week out of the 7. So just 1 evening out of the 7. So I'm just going to give you an example and say Sunday. It doesn't have to be Sunday. I'm just giving that as an example. So let's say Sunday. And what I'd like to do is have majority of your online training events in the 1 evening. So it's consistent each week. And everyone knows that that's the 1 out of 7 evenings a week for online training. So this is just a suggestion. So I would suggest having your big multi-nation online call at whatever time. For most people, it's 9 o'clock. So it is for us. I'm just going to use it as an example. So at 9 o'clock, we have our nation training conference call once a week, 9 o'clock on a Sunday night. So everybody gets on that for their training, to plug in, to learn about everything they need to learn. That's great. Now, the hour before that call, I would suggest having a weekly team huddle and making yourself completely available for your central district, or your newly promoted district managers, or even just your directs, the people you've personally sponsored. So your decision, and that's your team huddle. Now, I always say to people on my team huddle each week, it is not compulsory you have to be on that. I do not mind if you are on there or not, but know that I am fully available for you for that 1 hour to ask me questions, to get dates booked into my diary, to update me on your week and ask for my feedback, to have a listen to a little bit of like product training, a platform for you to share your story, for you to share some product training, for you to talk about the highs and the lows of your week, for you to listen to other people's highs and lows. And if you're not on that, that's absolutely fine, but know that that is when I'm available for you, okay? So that you're not, dipping and diving here and everywhere. You've made that specific time for them and it's up to them if they come on it or not. Now, I also encourage, so my new consultants that are in that call, to step up on the platform a little bit and share their 6-second story, or, and obviously prepare them, or to train on something, so you can give them all of the information on the primer and they train on it, and it just builds their confidence, builds their self-belief in themselves. And each person has the time to go through the week's highs and lows that they've experienced. So they're getting off their chest any lows that they've gone through, and then they're adding in the highs that they've had. They can talk about their activity, what they've had going on, and they get to listen to other people that are side teams to them talk about what they have going on. So that's worked really well for me. And then to add into that, so let's say that's 8 till 9 o'clock, so the hour before your nation Zoom. The hour before that, so 7 till 8, you could, if you wanted to, have your leaders Zoom then. So again, all in one night. So you could have all of your leaders come together at 7 o'clock till 9. 7 till 8. I'm going to get you so mixed up. 7 till 8, your leaders come on. So this is your area managers and your strong district. So people that are leading teams to get together, mastermind group, leadership talk. They're things that they need is different to your central district. These are leaders. These need different trainings. Have that hour, that power hour with your leaders, and then they all go off, including you, to do their team huddle with their central district or their newer directs or their consultants. Okay, and then 9 o'clock you all get together for your nation call. That's just a suggestion. Okay, so another suggestion that I make that has helped me enormously with time and duplication is a pinned post. So this is on, or you can have a pinned post on any group page. To have it, all you need to do is write something, post it, and then next to it you'll see an arrow. If you click the arrow, it will say make this the pinned post. Make it your pinned post. You can edit it as and when, add things, take things away. It means that it's always going to be at the top of your page, always. So when you go into any Facebook group, if it has a pinned post, it's always at the top of the page. And this, it's just easy for people to go straight in. So I have our 10 steps to getting started in our pinned post. And I also have, further down, frequently asked questions. As you're growing into a region, you're going to have such an enormous following of people asking you questions, and they're usually the same questions. You need to find a way to tackle that without it taking up 20 hours of your week just answering the same questions. So this is what I've done. Recorded myself answering the questions I get asked the most, okay? And I just direct people to my frequently asked questions. They know it's in the pinned post. If there's something that can't be answered, then yes, by all means, come to me and ask me. But this just cuts out 90% of the questions that you do get asked. So my action here is to commit to one evening a week, being available for your team to drop by. And that's just my example at the bottom that I've just gone through. And again, just adopt it as appropriate for your team. So the last trait, a VP always strives to leave the earth a better place. So protect the Arbonne brand. Don't lower or cheapen our brand, and be mindful when posting on the internet. Before every post, ask yourself, does this impact in a good way all of the hundreds of other Arbonne shop owners eagerly watching what I write? And does it impact positively on my own shop front of onlookers? Or does it make people uneasy, uncomfortable, embarrassed? How does the Arbonne brand look? My last huge tip for you all is to volunteer your time to something that you want to impact. People who volunteer are happier people, and if not to give back our time and money with Arbonne for good, what is the point? May I also add that 93% of people want more time to be able to volunteer, and when you do, it doesn't just make you happier, it shows others watching that you have the ability to. How? I have more questions asking what job I have that enables me to volunteer at 2 charities a week that I'm passionate about. To inspire others, give your time an impact. So my action here is decide where you want to give some of your time once a week to help causes or charities that give you enormous happiness and impact greatly and fills your cup up so much. So to sum up, put some of these points and actions into practice over the next couple of weeks as you're growing into being the fabulous RVP that you are. Fail forwards. Be prepared to not have a clue, but try. You will make mistakes. The first 10 times you do anything, you're going to be rubbish. So accept it. Accept that the first 10 times you do anything, it's going to be shocking, but you're going to get better. And that's the whole point. So be prepared to not have a clue, but try, practice, do, learn, do better, learn, do even better, improve, watch yourself become an expert. And finally, add these 2 photos onto your vision board to achieve in the next few months. So first of all, your network, how it's going to look from growing from a team that turn over $10,000 of products or QVs a month to a team of independent shop owners online collectively turning over $40,000 or QVs of products a month and beyond. Remember, it's not about you, it's about who you can help earn those little smaller paychecks that collectively all adds up. And I want you to add this page to your vision board, the UK RVP group. Now, you all need to be on this page, and it's where it's all at. And you need to be on it to feed back the information to your regions. Honestly, it's incredible. You've got to get yourself on this page. So I want you to know you are a regional vice president. Now I want you to go and exchange a group of online shops that you help support turn over $40,000 of products for the RVP title that you deserve to have.